What are the common myths about mutual funds? So many of the investors who are not investing in mutual fund, they have some kind of assumptions about mutual fund. So we will go through the assumption which investors have in their mind. First assumption which investors have in their mind is mutual funds are for experts. Mutual funds are professionally managed by expert fund managers after extensive market research. So a person who do not have very good knowledge about equity markets or debt market can make use of their professionalism in a very inexpensive way. For example, if you want to invest 10,000 rupees, you cannot hire a fund manager on your own, but you can invest in a mutual fund where there is a professional fund manager and you can invest the money there. Please note, in the last 1.5 years, I will not name the AMC, but I have observed there are some instances where integrity and professionalism of fund manager can be questioned. Investors need to be very careful while selecting any AMC or fund manager. Mutual fund investments are only for long term. So, as I explained in one of my earlier slides, if a corporate treasury wants to invest for 3 to 5 days, the corporate treasury can invest in overnight funds. What overnight funds do is, overnight funds invest in reverse repo. Reverse repo are of 1 day maturity only. So against a government security, they lend to a financial institution and payment is due next day. So it is one of the most safest category, relatively more safer category. HNI and Ultra HNI park their 1 year corpus in arbitrage funds because of favorable taxation. Because if they park their 1 year funds in any debt fund, the capital gains will be taxed at marginal rate of taxation, and that marginal rate for HNI and Ultra HNI will be 42.6. So they invest in arbitrage for 1 year only. And investors who want to invest for their retirement, for their long-term goals, they invest in equity and other asset classes as well for long term. So it is not necessarily that you have to invest only for long term in mutual funds. There are schemes available where you can invest for 5 days, 15 days, 20 days. It all depends on your tax slab. It all depends on your personal circumstances that which scheme will be suitable to you. Investing in mutual fund is the same as investing in stock market. Many of the investors think if I am investing in mutual fund, I am taking the risk of equity market. There are mutual fund schemes available. We will discuss further in the presentation. There are mutual fund schemes available where equity is as low as 15 to 25%. There are mutual fund schemes available where equity is zero. There are mutual fund schemes available where equity is dynamically managed. And there are mutual fund schemes available where equity is 100%. So, for example, gold ETF, it is also a mutual fund. Gold ETF only invest in physical gold. Overnight funds only invest in repurchase agreements with maturity of only 1 day. Arbitrage funds have zero unhedged equity. They do not take any equity risk. They buy in cash market and sell the future respective underlying. Gilt funds only invest in government securities. 80% of the focus is invested in government securities. One more myth is there, which investors think. They think if they are investing in active strategies as compared to passive strategies, their downside will be better protected. It is the cash component in the active schemes which makes it look that some of the random active strategies have saved a bit of the downside. For example, there is a particular AMC, it is doing exceptionally well. If you see, it has fallen less than the index. The main reason is active cash call. So, asset allocation is at 2 levels, one at investors level, one at scheme level. Some fund managers think that they will not manage the asset allocation on scheme level because it is the job of the investor. We do not know how much percentage of their portfolio they have invested in us. If mandate of the scheme is 100% equity, we will try to keep it 100%. But there are some fund managers who take active cash call. Active cash call is a double-edged sword. Reason being, in case if cash call goes wrong, then the upside will also be limited to that portion of the corpus which is invested. Index fund, passive funds, which I am talking about, which tracks a particular benchmark. Index funds, on the other hand, are fully invested at all times because their main mandate is to track that benchmark with as low tracking error as possible. So, active funds protect better downside than passive fund is not true. Large amount of money is required to invest in mutual fund. This is also not correct. I have write down some of the names of the fund where you can invest only 100 rupees. ICICI Blue Chip Fund, Aditya Birla Sun Life Equity Fund, Nippon India Growth Fund, Nippon India Liquid Fund, IDFC Cash Fund. So 100 rupees is not a big amount. One can invest smaller amounts in mutual fund as well. Buying a top-rated mutual fund ensures better return. Again, same explanation which I gave you, the mistakes which investors do. If you are buying top-star rated, 5-star rated, 4-star rated mutual fund, or if you are investing by reading articles, 7 best mutual fund to invest in 2020, 5 best mutual fund to invest on Diwali, then you are not doing justice to the money. Dividend income of mutual fund is like interest income of 60,000. Okay, so some of the investors think that dividend income is like the interest income. I have already explained it earlier. This is also a myth. Dividend income is separate, interest income is separate. Interest income will always be from your gains, dividend income may be from your gains, and dividend income may be a part of your capital. Long-term horizon investors should only buy equity. The persons who are investing for long term must not invest all their money in only equity mutual. They must diversify among different asset classes because equity is a very volatile asset class. Whenever the market falls, you may have the money, but you will not be having the stomach to digest the fall. So one should diversify. Try to create a portfolio of asset classes with no correlation. So now we will consider what are the different classification of mutual funds. So I will try to cover two broader type of classification, one based on structure and one based on mandate. So there are open-ended mutual fund, closed-ended mutual fund, and internal fund. These are the only three based on structure. Open-ended mutual fund, you can invest any day, you can exit any day. This is the problem which we are facing in credit risk funds. Because an investor can exit any day in this environment, the AMC, the fund manager, is not able to exit the illiquid security. And because they have to honor the redemption, this is the problem they are facing of illiquidity. So in open-ended mutual fund, one can invest any day, one can exit any day. Close-ended mutual fund. Close-ended mutual funds have, you can invest only during NFO, new fund offer, and you will exit only during the maturity of it. Although these funds are listed on the stock exchange, but it's very difficult. There is hardly any trade. If you want to sell it on stock exchange, you first have to find a buyer offline and then get it executed online. In closed-ended mutual fund, illiquidity is biggest disadvantage, but there is one bigger advantage as well. Let's say, for example, you invested in a closed-ended credit risk, which is taking credit call and it is closed-ended. What happens is nobody is allowed to exit. So what happened in Franklin cannot happen in a closed-ended fund. Reason being, even if smart investors have sense that there is something wrong with the securities, they cannot exit, and your allocation to bad assets will not increase. Because when the AMC receives redemption, they will sell good assets to honor the redemption in an open-ended fund, and allocation to bad assets increases. There is one more category of mutual fund based on structure. It is interval funds. It is a mixture of open-ended fund and a closed-ended fund. You can invest during NFO, and you can invest during a particular predetermined interval that you can invest on that day. This is defined as you can invest in between, you can exit in between. These time frame is already defined. Let's say there is an interval fund, it will inform you well in advance that you can exit after 1 year. So after 1 year, you will have the option of exiting. If you doesn't choose that option, then you will not be able to exit for another 1 year. When the window opens for exiting, the window opens for taking new money as well. So it is a mixture of open-ended and closed-ended fund. These funds are